Oh my goodness. Well, we live in what can only be described as the worst possible timeline. Well, that's not true. Sorry to bring the mood down. It can and it will get worse. In the latest evidence of this, Donald Trump, the unhinged reality TV star turned far-right president of and aspiring dictator of the United States, has published a video on his social media platform, Truth Social. Well, where to begin? It is an apparently AI-generated video setting out a vision of a Gaza in which the crime Donald Trump has committed to, the ethnic cleansing of the Strip, has taken place, and a new Dubai-style supposed capitalist utopia has been created. To be clear, it is completely and utterly deranged. I know nothing is supposed to shock us anymore about Donald Trump. I don't agree with normalizing any of this, so do always stay shocked. I'm going to play you this video, and then I'll go through it with you. How does that sound? Let's do it.
Donald is coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, number one. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, number one.
What do you even say? What do you even say? Imagine getting a time machine and being able to travel 10 years ago and getting 5 minutes to explain to your past self all of this shit. Well, let's go through this video together, shall we? Sorry to do this, but let's give it a go. Okay, so it begins with imagery of Gaza as it is, an apocalyptic ruined land, because Israel, thanks to the weapons provided by the US, has detonated explosive power worth 6 Hiroshima bombs on a strip of land no bigger than East London, leaving around 93% of homes destroyed or damaged, alongside the mass destruction of hospitals, schools, libraries, museums, cafes, restaurants, gyms, mosques, libraries, hotels, given they feature, you name it. It shows Palestinian kids. We know, of course, at least 17,000 of those have been slaughtered, of whom around 1,100 are babies. Unfortunately, most experts think that's a drastic underestimate. Thousands will be maimed, not shown here, of course, including those who had amputations without anesthetic. The people have been starved of food and the basics of life. Trump keeps suggesting the remaining population is 1.7 or 1.8 million. Given the pre-war population was 2.3 million, he's telling us hundreds of thousands have likely been slaughtered, if that's correct. This is a crime scene. Its people need the US to stop facilitating mass murder and destruction, and for Gaza, their home, to be rebuilt. But Trump instead wants to commit the grave crime of ethnic cleansing, deporting its people against their will, which could only be achieved through mass murder. It would be an inherently genocidal act. Should we continue?
Donald is coming to set you free, bringing the...
Okay, so it shows the new Trump Gaza and the lyrics to the whole thing. If you can't make it out in the video itself, is Donald's coming to set you free, bringing the life for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza number one. Well, I mean, Donald isn't coming to set the Palestinian people free. He's coming to murderously deport them. He's made it clear the Palestinian people of Gaza will never be allowed to return to their land. Those depicted are therefore not the people who live there. They are people from elsewhere. Just a point to be made there.
Light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear.
Okay, so there's a grinning Elon Musk eating some dip. Of course, the richest man on earth. He's radicalized himself into far-right extremism, intervening in other countries' politics to support far-right parties like the AfD in Germany. Well, now Gaza will apparently be a playground for far-right plutocrats rather than for its own people. This next bit.
Gaza is finally...
Should we just see that again? Sorry, because I kind of skipped over it. Let's just see that bit there.
Trump Gaza is finally...
Okay, what the fuck? What the fuck? Here we have bearded belly dancers. I presume their green headwear is supposed to present them as Hamas bearded belly dancers. Not quite sure how that makes any sense. I have questions, many actually. One would be, given Donald Trump's onslaught against trans people in the US, why do trans people apparently feature in his ethnically cleansed giant theme park? Just a question, that is. Let's continue. Oh, but of course, a child, not a Palestinian child, they're all gone, holding a giant golden balloon of Trump's face. This is full dictator shit, of course. It's not actually subtle, is it? So the gist here is that Gaza is now the new Dubai, with presumably extremely rich foreign tourists sunbathing as luxury yachts sail past. I think that's the gist. Wow. Yuck. Trump there checking out a scantily clad Arab woman flirtatiously dancing with him. I mean, just a bit of context. This draws on long-standing racist portrayals of Arab women in the West, which range from accentuating dress codes associated with religious conservatism to this sort of hypersexualization. Western Orientalists have long sexualized Arab women. You'll see imagery in the last 2 centuries. They're presented with little clothing, shown as quote-unquote temptresses trying to seduce white Westerners. This bit here. So it's Elon Musk there and some kids, again, not Palestinian kids, throwing money in the air. The land they'd be standing on there, in practice, would be a giant graveyard. Below them would be the skulls and limbs of slaughtered Palestinians, many of them children. They're now erased, forgotten, as people with too much money live their decadent lives. Okay, well, clearly the balloon wasn't full dictator shit enough. A giant golden statue of Donald Trump and then lots of miniature golden Trump figurines underneath Trump Gaza in big golden capitalized letters. He is an aspiring dictator. I think we should just be clear about that. His behavior since the inauguration shows he's absolutely serious about setting up some sort of dictatorship. Now he's overtly talking about annexing land that belongs to others and making it his own personal property, like the Belgian King Leopold with the Congo Free State in the 19th and early 20th centuries. I mean, this bit next, I do apologize for having to make you watch this. Cool. That's Trump there sunbathing with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who has an arrest warrant issued against him by the International Criminal Court for war crimes and crimes against humanity in Gaza. The man who led the genocidal onslaught against Gaza now gets to enjoy all of its people being murdered and killed and deported, so he can relax, free of the screams of those butchered children, sipping cocktails with his partner in crime. I say that quite literally. And then it finishes with
Trump Gaza, #1.
I presume a giant casino emblazoned with Trump Gaza. Clearly he thinks that will be the new name. Look, clearly we should be most disturbed by the actual real-life videos of the genocide committed by Israel. Innocent people being butchered and maimed and horribly traumatized. This is still clearly evidence of the giant crime, the giant further crime Trump wants to commit. Let's listen to a Palestinian voice. Let's listen to the Palestinian journalist Youssef Alalou, who was asked about this on Sky News.
What do you just make of what you've seen?
I love the video, to be honest. I mean, it's just imaginary situation in Gaza. It's just insane that Trump, he wants to transform Gaza into a holiday destination where are thousands of Palestinian bodies still under the rubble. Look, I was in Gaza in the summer of 2023, and I saw the beauty. Gaza had nice hotels, resorts, villas, nice places. And 15 months ago, before Israel's genocidal war, those places were enjoyable. I enjoyed myself with my family when I was there. We would like to see Gaza flourished. If Israel and the US allowed Palestinians to build their city or to extract the field gas of the seashore of Gaza, 35 nautical miles, Gaza would have become Singapore or Dubai. But this shows that Gaza is still under blockade and under occupation. By the way, Gaza enjoys a nice beach on the Mediterranean Sea, and Gaza seaport is the only port closed for shipping across the Mediterranean Sea. My documentary, The Phoenix of Gaza, sheds light on the beauty of Gaza. And by the way, there is a screening tomorrow at Genesis Cinema at 7 p.m. You are most welcome to come and see the beauty of Gaza that once existed and vanished because of Israeli and American bombs.
Well, indeed, any Palestinian you speak to in Gaza will talk very movingly, actually, about the beauty of the place and how much they love their home. It has been subjected to genocidal mayhem with indescribable death and destruction. But Gaza belongs, of course, to its people. Interestingly, it's not gone down well with Trump supporters. They've posted comments in response on True Social, such as, "This is terrible. I have the utmost respect for you, sir, but this video is wrong. I hope your account was hacked because this is just flat out poor judgment. Denouncing it as idolatrous," and so on. I mean, I don't know where these people have been. Who do they think he is? Who do they think they were supporting? Well, look, it's clear Trump means what he says. He wants to forcibly deport the survivors of Gaza and turn it into a playground for him and his plutocratic buddies. No one can say they were not warned. This video, I mean, it's messed up. It's disturbing. It's hideous. But it shows this guy's deadly serious. I'm afraid we need to take him seriously. Please like and subscribe with your thoughts and your comments. I'm sorry to have to subject you to this. I'm still processing it myself. Help us expand across different media platforms at patreon.com/7j4 so we can challenge the terrible media that we have. Listen to the podcast, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all the rest of it. I'll speak to you in a bit.